Hi there, Ellesmere Vale Academy. It's Vicar Gareth here. How you all getting on? Bet you're looking forward to Christmas, yeah? It's great to be with you this morning as we think a bit about Advent and that run up to Christmas. I wonder, what do all these pictures have in common here? I wonder if anyone knows. Well, let me introduce you to St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, the real Father Christmas. We're going to find out about him today. He doesn't really resemble your classic image, does he, of Santa? If you saw this guy sitting in a shopping centre, you probably wouldn't queue up with your little brother and sister to sit them on his knee. There's those candy canes there, and I wonder if you think they look a little bit like a shepherd's crook, don't they, that St. Nicholas used to have. That's what bishops often have. Check out the picture in the bottom corner. Do you think Santa is really capable of punching someone in the face? No? Well, hopefully I'm going to reveal something to you this morning. We are talking about St. Nicholas of Myra in present-day southern Turkey. Anyone been on holiday to Turkey? Yeah? It's a bit warmer there than the North Pole. He was born in 270 AD, and his name, St. Nicholas, has been lost a bit in translation over the centuries. So how did St. Nicholas become Santa Claus? Well, in Dutch, St. Nicholas is Sinterklaas. And this was often shortened by the Dutch to Sinterklaas. When Brits and Americans first heard the Dutch immigrants calling him Sinterklaas, they thought they were actually saying Santa Claus. So simple, really. It's a bit of a leap, I know. But here's some early pictures of him. And St. Nick is unfortunately a bit of a misunderstood guy. His story has been hijacked and shaped into something quite strange. Because apparently now he's making lists and he's checking them twice. He's checking if we're naughty or nice, and he's giving gifts to the good and he's withholding them from the bad. I'm sure none of you will have any withheld. But he probably never wore a big bling silver buckle or a bobble hat. But from those pictures you saw earlier, you can probably see how we got that big hat thing. Anyway, Coca-Cola are pretty much responsible for the images you've got of Father Christmas now. If anything like my family, then I bet you've watched some Christmas movies already, haven't you? Yeah? Done that? Yeah. We watched Christmas Chronicles at the weekend. We've transformed St. Nick, haven't we, into this manager of a present purchase and delivery company. We give him our list and he delivers. He's a bit like a glorified Amazon, I guess. But the truth, reality is St. Nicholas got quite a reputation of being a gift giver. Check out this early picture of him. So there's a man climbing up the outside of a house. You can sort of see where this is going, can't you? Anyway, he's tossing in 3 gold coins into the room of 3 poor young women. And the funny thing, though, is he's not dressed in a bright red suit, is he? With a white beard and a bag over his shoulder and accompanying reindeer. Let me tell you about him. At the age of 18, Nicholas lost his parents. They died, and he gained their fortune. He soon heard of a man who had become poor and had decided to sell off his daughters as slaves because there was no money at all for wedding dowries. And this was pretty common in the late 4th century. But learning of the dad's dilemma, Nicholas put some gold coins in a money pouch and anonymously tossed them into the home through an open window. And when they were found the next morning by the man, the father was overjoyed and he immediately made plans for the wedding of his eldest daughter. Pleased with the results of his charity, Nicholas repeated the gift for the second and the third daughters, who were all able to get married off. The legend goes that some of those coins landed in a stocking that was drying by the fire there. So you can see why you hang up your stockings at Christmas time now. St. Nicholas was elected as a bishop at the age of 30, and he gave away lots of his wealth to the poor and the destitute in his town of Myra, and he made charity a large part of his life, putting coins in shoes that people left out for him in the town. So he was a pretty nice and generous chap. Hence we sort of follow suit at Christmas time, giving gifts, giving money for charity and things. What did he really care about? What drove him to do this? It was his Christian faith. We found out that St. Nicholas was a gift giver, but there was something bigger and more important that drove him with all this. For he is known for, and it's to do with the punching slapping incident that I mentioned at the beginning, because here we find out what St. Nicholas really cares about. And it may surprise you to know it's Jesus. That's it. This guy here, the guy from the Bible, the Son of God, or what the Bible says is the Son of God. Yes, you see, he was at a meeting of bishops. St. Nick was taking place in 325 AD, and there was this discussion on who Jesus is and what the Bible said about him, and what Jesus said about himself. And there was this guy there, Arius, who was a cultured Greek, and he couldn't handle the idea of God coming down in human form and living amongst us. So he was denying one of the central things of Christianity. And this guy's teachings were sort of taking root and saying that Jesus was a created being and wasn't God. The opposite of what Jesus said about himself and what the Bible says. Anyway, there was this debate going on. It had been going on for about an hour or so. St. Nicholas got so angry, he got up and he just whacked Arius across the face. St. Nicholas ends up in prison for a week whilst these debates carry on. So Santa Claus is in fact a guy who passionately loved Jesus, who is prepared to risk everything to defend his name and his identity. But there's actually a serious matter buried underneath all this. See, if Arius had won that debate, then Christmas probably wouldn't look like it does now. We wouldn't have half those traditions we do have, and we probably wouldn't even have Christmas, because it would just be a baby being born. Now, you can see how St. Nicholas got tied up with Christmas. So 2 things that St. Nick tells us, or Santa tells us about Christmas. Don't be a Scrooge. Give generously and receive presents graciously. It's all about this guy here, Jesus. It's his birthday we're celebrating at Christmas. It's not Santa or elves or gifts or trees or shopping sales or snow or cookies or parties, as wonderful as those things all are. Actually, it's about Jesus, and it's his birthday that we're celebrating. So just look at these words here from the Bible. They're from John's Gospel, and which is pretty clear on what Christmas is all about. God coming down in human form as a baby. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. A bit further on, it says, "For God loved the world so much that he gave us his one and only Son." So, lastly, I just want to leave you with a short clip inviting you to something really fun and exciting that's happening at Tesco Broadfields. It's happening on Sunday, the 20th of December at 6:30 p.m. Do come along. It's in the car park there. It's a drive-in carol service, and we're going to have singing from the AVA, and we're going to have singing from other places around Aylesbury, and it's going to be a really good evening. Have a really great Christmas, and I'll see you all in the new year. I'm sure we all recognise this place. Welcome to Tesco Broadfields. And I want to let you into a secret. Christmas this year isn't cancelled. I want to give you a bit of a taste of what we're doing for Christmas on Sunday the 20th of December at 6:30 in the evening. This place is not going to be full of cars for people shopping. It's going to be full of cars for people carol singing, because we're going to be doing a drive-in carol service. And you think, what's that? Well, you come in your car and you sing carols. There's going to be, behind me here, there's going to be a huge 50-metre square LED screen, and we're going to have a sound system next to it with 2 7-metre high sound speakers on top of each other. We're going to have a film crew. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of cars from across Boreham and Bearfields and this end of town, and we'll have some drone photography, and we'll have a film crew, and yeah, you're going to need to wrap up warm. You're going to need to bring some hot chocolate and mince pies. You're going to need to bring your singing voices, but above all, the reason we're in cars is because it's going to be COVID safe, but probably more importantly, it's going to be completely free. So it's going to be an amazing celebration of Christmas, which is exactly what we need, don't we, this year? So tell your parents, tell your neighbours, bring your friends, and hopefully see you here on Sunday the 20th of December at 6:30 in the evening. See you then.